When installing the wireless backup camera, Haloview does recommend putting it as far up as possible. However, I am going to have to make some adjustments with my installation because I already have a camera set in place. Before I can start drilling holes and figure out where things are going to be, I want to go ahead and get this marker light off, see what the electric looks like, and then also see what it looks like behind the wall. And I have my trusty endoscope to see in places that I can't reach. Once I was able to get behind this wall and see how things were set up, I realized I needed to change the plan that I had in my head. Originally, the plan was to keep the light on where it belongs in the middle, keep this camera here, and then I was going to drill a hole and put the backup camera just below it. Once I got into this wall and realized there's a stud somewhere along the way, I realized that plan wasn't going to work. So I just needed to kind of reset, get a better idea. I was able to talk to one of my camping friends who knows a lot about electrical. Talk to him just to see if the idea that I now have in my head is going to work, which I think it is. So now with the new plan, what I will be doing is I am going to use this marker light and the connection that comes with it in order to connect to this backup camera. Now, this itself, the red light, this is going to be gone. However, the wiring I'm going to keep. I have my black wire and my white wire. I'll just have to test to see what is what. I'll be able to connect that to the wires that are here, the black and red wire that's connected to the actual camera itself. My home security camera, I'm going to move up. It's going to take the place of where this was once located. It's also going to cover up that hole. And where this is now is where the backup camera is going to go. With the plan in place, I'm going to go ahead and cut whatever this thing is off, strip the wires so they can be exposed for the connection that I'll need to make later. This is the stage that made me very nervous, so I read the manual 1,000 times. I had to watch a lot of YouTube videos before I fully understood how to use the multimeter in this situation. I'm using the multimeter on the battery just to make sure I understand which prong is going to be used to help me determine which of the cables coming out of the RV is the positive wire, aka my source of power. When my multimeter reads a positive voltage, whatever cable the red prong is on is my positive wire. In the box, they do provide you with connectors, but I opted to use these B connectors, which were recommended by my electrician friend. And then I just taped it like crazy to make sure nothing came undone on the road. Next step in the installation process is just testing everything before I get things mounted in place. I need to test to make sure that my backup camera is receiving power. I need to make sure all the components actually work. And then I need to make sure that things are pairing properly. Since everything is working properly, it's now time to figure out where everything is going to be mounted, and it's time to pull out the power tools. Most RVers dread this moment, putting holes into the RV, but I ain't got no sense. I actually get a kick out of it. I feel like the best thing about owning a home is the fact that you can put holes in it, but I'm not completely crazy. Once I got the wires fished in, I did my best to close the hole, especially the mega hole that was made from removing the marker light. I had some flex tape lying around, so I used that. Hopefully it'll work. And then the rest of the holes I'll be filling with sealant. The wireless backup camera comes with a gasket, and that's supposed to help waterproof that area, but I also want to seal around the edges on that as well. If you have a sealant that you'd like to recommend for RV exteriors, let me know in the comments. And this is the final look.